ABC News aviation consultant Colonel Steve Ganyard. Steve, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. How can something like this even happen?
Well, Gio, that's the question the FAA and Boeing wants answered. Sometimes when we look at mishaps, we'll look at, was there a materiel failure? But this airplane was only 2 months old, so probably not a materiel failure, probably something on the shop floor when the airplane was being put together. Did somebody do something improperly? Was there improper supervision? But this plug should have been inspected at least twice as it went along the final assembly line. So somewhere there's a problem that needs to get fixed.
And inspections are now underway for other MAX 9 planes. And so far, we haven't heard of any issues being found. But the obvious question people are going to be asking, Steve, is it safe to fly on the MAX 9? Would you fly on one?
I would, Gio. Once they get the inspections done, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. Remember, the MAX has had a checkered past. But in this case, it's a pretty straightforward look. They're going to be able to open the panels inside the cabin. They'll look, are the pins and the bolts in there? It's very straightforward. We know what the problem is. So I think what's most important is to watch if there are other MAXs that show up with this problem, as Alaska and United do the inspections this week. Was there sort of a systemic problem, or was this sort of a one-off?
And that's what's so important to answer. And Steve, you've been a pilot for a very long time. From a pilot's perspective, how dire is a situation like this?
Well, in this mishap, Gio, it happened at 16,000 feet. And so in climb out, as the NTSB lead said, it didn't happen at altitude. It wasn't an explosive decompression. So the airplane was just being compressed as it went up to altitude, and people were still strapped into their seats. So it could have been much worse. What's really critical here is that big door could have come off and hit control surfaces on the tail. That's the real concern. So all the way around, we were very, very fortunate. I mean, Gio, when was the last time you saw 2 seats, including the window seat on a domestic flight, not occupied? So between that and the door not hitting any tail or control surfaces, we were very, very fortunate in this mishap.
Absolutely terrifying to think about. All right, Colonel Steve Ganyard, thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.